All right, everyone. It is Studfit here. I am going to be recording the Heavy Hitters pipe. Full disclosure, I recorded this video about 30 minutes ago, and the internal sound was so loud you couldn't even hear me. So I'm now re-recording with new audio. Going to be discussing this pipe pull, and we're going to go through this together. So this is a great pipe. Sunday I pulled it, and it was very uneventful. I pulled 5 times in a row, no resetting. And got one of Rosalina Aurora, one of Hiker Wario, and called it a day. Just got it out of the way. So today I'm going to do 10 pulls for you, and my goal will be to beat the odds in the pipe. So obviously there's some great characters here, high end and super. I love these 50 pipes, and I'll just kind of tip my hand a little bit. This was probably one of the best pulls I've ever had. So looking into it, I'm trying to kind of show you here. I do need Rosa Aurora this week for ranked. Just have her at level 1 and not a lot of other options. So that's kind of the strategy there. Looking at the supers that I currently have, I have Bowser at level 4, Donkey Kong level 5, Rosalina at 4, close to 5, and then Wario's the one that's lagging the farthest behind at just level 3. So these are ones that I can get tickets for in the shop when I max them out. They're also very useful as they're featured in a number of good tracks. These are some of the larger, other than Rosalina, one of the larger characters taking up some space in the game, which is great for the actual gameplay. Like Donkey Kong's giant bananas are fantastic. The Bowser shell is great. Wario's got some great moves, and Rosalina obviously with the dash ring. Overall, I think these are great, valuable characters in the game. Good to have them at level 6 anyway. Get them up there a little higher. Get some tickets. These are fantastic. However, I'm really focused on the high ends. These supers, because I'm where I'm at in the game, are helpful, but these high ends are where it's at. So let's go through these. Dry Bowser is obviously at level 6. He was my first high end to get to level 6. I got very lucky with him, but then I also used a lot of tickets. I used a lot of things to get him to level 6, mainly because there was a challenge. I'm trying to remember what challenge it was, but with some rubies, get your character up to level 6. So he was it. I've since pulled him 3 or 4 times from the pipe in 100 pipes and other pipes. So he's by far the high-end character I've pulled the most. Funky Kong I did pretty well with. I pulled him, I think, twice during the Jungle Tour. One during his pipe, one during Dixie Kong's pipe, and then I think I pulled him on Sunday. So that's where he's at. He's level 3. I mentioned Rosalina Aurora and Wario, the Hiker Wario, are at level 1 just from Sunday's pull. I got them. So I think going into this strategy, if I can pull Dry Bowser the least, I would be happy, but I need the coins. Sunday I had a Kart high-end ticket and Metal Mario, so I bought both of those. Drained me completely. Didn't have, and then yesterday I had 2 super driver tickets that I bought. So now I'm starting to realize the value of having these tickets available. So most of them running out of coins pretty frequently. So with that being said, the coins are helpful. I'll take them. 6,000 coins, that it does add up. But I really want Rosalina Aurora to get to level 3, mainly for this week at least. Hiker Wario is very valuable. I think he has 11 top tracks, which is fantastic. I think 10 of them are non-cities. He only has one of the Vancouver city, which is kind of interesting. But so to have him level 3 would be fantastic. Funky, he's very valuable, at least for me, because first of all, he looks awesome, and 2, I'm actually looking forward to hopefully trying to master that banana cannon. I know everyone says I don't like the banana cannon. That's great, but I think from my perspective, it's a great skill. I mean, you're shooting, dozens of bananas. If you could figure out how to, I know there's the steer button, and if you could try to, dodge them, they actually will be very valuable for you to try to increase combo and to get a lot out of when it comes to damaging the bots that seem to always have our number. So if I can get him up to level 4, I'm happy in this scenario. Obviously, he looks awesome, and I'll try to use him however many times I can. The one downside is obviously you have 4 monkeys in the game. So you have a jungle course like Rock Mountain or Dino, and you have, you can only, you're going to have to pick between one of these 4, monkeys and their bananas. So, the value there is kind of stretched between those 4 characters. But overall, I'm pretty excited about this pipe. Some great value here. I will say the Rosalina Aurora, although I really want her this week, I'm not sure what her value will be going forward. Obviously, I got a couple of these ice characters, between Penguin Luigi, which I pulled a couple weeks ago, and then Ice Mario. They're helpful. You kind of have a defense there, but at the same point in time, as well as an offense. So it's a decent one. So now the moment you are all been waiting for, let's pull. So we're starting at 50 out of 50. We're going to pull 10 times, starting with 20,000 coins. We'll go through this pretty quickly. First pull is green. So this is to be expected. To be honest with you, actually, though, this is a good sign. Some of my best pulls have started with a green pipe. I feel like the people that have a small sample size and only pull once, they get discouraged, but you got to go in. You got to go in with multiple pulls. That way you can beat the pipe. So some garbage here, not that great. My goal here, though, is to beat the pipe. Again, to get at least 10 high ends from 10 pulls is a success. You should be walking away with a minimum of 8. So that's kind of just my benchmark there. So getting some great supers so far. Here we go. Rosalina Aurora, fantastic. The one I wanted the most out of all that's in the pipe right now. Boom, another high end. That's two high ends in this pipe. And then we got Dry Bowser, my first Dry Bowser of this pipe. So, man, 3 high ends in 2 pulls. That's what we're going for right there. So you see the first pipe, green, not successful, didn't get your value out of. Second pull, you got 3 high ends. So right now, you're thinking to yourself, at this point, I would normally have between 1 to 2 high ends. I have 3. I have beaten this pipe. Right now, the only thing left in that pipe is Hiker Wario. So at this point in time, the best strategy would be to reset. Because there's 1 character, but 3 pulls. So I've reset here, 1 pipe down. So there's sort of 3 high ends that I've gotten so far from 2 pulls. I call it a success. We're going back in, green pull, oh well. And that toad would come in handy last week, that's for sure. Some commons here, a lot of coins. Nice. He's the one that's lagging the most. Okay, so far we're at 3 high ends for 3 pulls. So slightly above odds. We're slightly beating the pipe. Got a gold pipe here. Red Turbo Yoshi. Boom, Funky Kong up to level 4. So we pulled him twice already. Rosalina up to level 5, you gotta like that. Wow, Wario Hiker, good. So have both of Vancouver characters up to level 2. So there's 2 high ends. So this is kind of a dilemma, right? I'm technically ahead of the pipe. I've beaten this pipe so far. I would have between 1 and 2 high-end characters here. All that's left in the pipe is Dry Bowser and Rosalina Aurora. I want Rosalina Aurora, but if I can avoid getting Dry Bowser and getting the coins, I would rather have the characters than the coins. So, because one of those tickets costs 12,000 versus 6,000 that I get in return. So this is a dilemma. I'm battling back and forth. Do I reset? Do I go in to try to get Rosalina Aurora, the character I need this week? What should I do? What should I do? End up at the end of the day thinking to myself, I've beaten this pipe so far, and I could pull 3 times before I finally get Rosalina Aurora, but obviously getting 6,000 coins, I'm going to reset. It is in my best interest. I've beaten this pipe, stick to my rules, and I reset. We'll see if it blows up in my face, but let's go ahead and see what I get. A gold pipe. So far it looks like it worked out for me. Okay, Bowser, Wario, level 4, good. So here's Dry Bowser. What can you say? We still like the high end, but that I think it's not done. Here we go, Funky Kong, high end here. Some Mortons. Okay, so 2 high ends here. Got the Dry Bowser for a second time today, and Funky. So far I've beaten the pipe. I've gotten 2 high ends in this pool. So reset the pipe. That's by far, I've beaten the pipe already. And here we go. It paid off. Another gold pipe. Nice. I wanted to get that one up. That one's expensive right now in the shop. Okay, Rosalina Aurora, got her up to level 3. She's the one I want the most. Other than that, just a lot of coins. So I can use Rosalina this week at level 3. Happy about that. So this is another dilemma. I'm technically beating the pipe here. I've gotten the character I wanted, which is Rosalina Aurora. And there's definitely the possibility I could pull another Dry Bowser and get another 6,000 coins. You know, I think at this point in time, I'm thinking, should I reset? Should I not? I've gotten the character I want. What should I do? And honestly, from a strategy perspective, I'm on the fence there. But I decided to reset because I've beaten this pipe. Again, it's got to beat the pipe. I got the character I wanted. It's not like I beat it with Dry Bowser. And there's another 3 great characters in there. So reset it. Going back in. Green pipe. Womp womp. But that's okay. We know that that's going to happen. We've beat every pipe so far. We're not going to let this one change that. So we get a green pipe, but you know what? That just means we have better odds of pulling a high end in this next pool, and we're making this pool. So here we go. Gold pipe. Let's see there we go. Warrior Hiker up to level 3. So now both Vancouver characters to level 3. Obviously Funky is well beyond that. Let's see how this pipe turns out. Okay, so it looks like other than the Wario, so at this point in time, I am behind the pipe. I've pulled twice and gotten 1 high end. I'm not going to let the pipe beat me. So I definitely am going back in, but I think where the thought is that, I got Funky, pretty high. I have both the Vancouver characters to level 3. Dry Bowser, obviously already at level 6. At the same point in time, so in my mindset, I'm thinking I got everything I want, right? I have the Vancouver characters at level 3, have Funky where he's at, but I'm so determined to not let this pipe beat me. It's all about beating the pipe, resetting, beating the pipe. So again, part of why I record these videos is to help you guys understand how to maximize the pipe. So with that being said, I'm not going to let this pipe beat me. I'm weighing, should I just quit and just do 8 pulls total and just be very happy with, geez, I think, what was it? I think I already have 10 high ends at this point. So maybe 9. So with that being said, my thought is, should I just call it quits, beat all these pipes, and be content, or should I not let the pipe beat me? And ultimately, I'm not gonna let this pipe beat me. I'm gonna beat this pipe every time I'm pulling. So I go back in, and let's see how it turns out. A devastating green pipe. So far I've pulled on this pipe 3 times and only gotten 1 high end. So that's not good. Now the one thing here is I pull a lot of great supers. So that Soda Jet, almost a level 5. You see Wario I got there, Rosalina I got there. So although it wasn't a lot of high ends, this was probably one of my best when it comes to having super pulls. I even think I had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 7 there. I think if that 400 coin was a super. So again, determined not to let it beat me. I'm gonna beat this pipe just like I did all the rest. Here's a gold pipe, not surprised there. So we got a dry Bowser a 3rd time. Got Rosalina Aurora to get her to 3.5. And that's not all. Funky Kong. So 3 high ends in that pull. So I know we were devastated when we saw 2 green pipes there, but we beat this pipe. We've gotten all the high ends in this pipe in 4 pulls. So happy there. Very content with this pull. It's so overall out of those 10. So actually that's where I'm going to stop this video. I'm going to go ahead and kind of look to see how we did. So Bowser, Donkey Kong, Rosalina, Wario, all at least at level 4. Rosalina made probably the most progress. Wario, who was by far lagging, actually is pretty well caught up to Bowser. Successful there, but to be honest with you, I pulled more high-end characters from this pipe than I did the super characters when it comes to the heavy hitters. So we pulled Dry Bowser 3 times. We pulled Funky 4 times, right? Because he was at 3. Now he's at 5. Yeah. So he was at 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 7. We pulled Aurora, what is it? It's 3 times. So there's 10. And then Hiker Wario 2 times. So that's 12 high ends in 10 pulls. Very happy with that. I am ecstatic. 12 high ends from 10 pulls when the odds of the pipe would be 8. Very happy with that. You saw a lot of great resets there. Everything ended up paid off. I beat every single pipe that I pulled. Very content there. Hopefully that helps you guys as you're pulling this pipe and other pipes. I love these 50 pipes. The odds are with you. So with that being said, thanks for joining me, guys, and good luck on the Toadette pull, or Toadette Cup.